Welcome to Jackson the Pod. I'm Jack John.
I'm Jack Velasquez, and we are back for
There
another
you go.
week of picks. Uh, Again, last week I finished 3-2 again. I think that's like my 15th time out of the last 12 weeks that I finished 3-2. And Jack John as well. I think you also finished 3-2.
3-2. We are still neck and neck tied.
Fine. I think what was it, 29, 26 and 1?
I think, yeah, 29, 26, and 1. We're 29.5 points in the contest.
Pretty good. And number one is at 38.
38. I'll even pull up the standings for this week and I can share it on the screen.
Yeah, so there's still a fighter's chance of us coming through and hopefully winning some money. Again, they have like 3-week payouts, 6-week payouts, and a full season. And as of now, we are kind of close. So what are we looking at here?
So we're looking at the Westgate standings right now. Maybe tomorrow for is 35, 14, and 1. So he's got 35.5 points. And then we're also looking at second and 20, TI, TA2RG, and Meyer Landscaping. I hope he doesn't spell Meyer Landscaping with a Q. I hope that's not his real business.
I hope not either. Okay, so that's 35, 14, and 1, and then we are at the
So these are
29.
the top. So then we scroll down. Actually, we're not scrolling down too far. Let's see. We are, make this a little bit easier. Actually, we're at 26, 23. Or is this may be the
That
wrong,
must be last week. Yeah,
this is wrong week.
this is good. This is good for the pod.
Good top notch.
We're in week 12, week 12.
Yeah, so last week was week 11. So Myers Landscaping is moving on up.
Wow, back on top. Wow, oh wow. Talking trash. Just hit you in the face. He's
Number
at
one. So now we scroll
38.
down. Oop.
And then there we are. Jackson the box.
And then Gridiron Gauchos right here.
I am 29, 25, and 1. So we are, yeah, 9 points behind, and we've got 7 weeks left.
So yeah, so not too bad. We just gotta keep crushing it. This is when winners are made. This is the final stretch.
Perfect.
Just keep
Well,
winning.
I'm here to win, but I'm also here to have fun. And I think I've been having a great time. It's been 11 weeks of picks. They're stressful. And I feel like every week I come in less informed.
I feel like I know less every week. I'm like, man, I really need to challenge my thinking about the world.
Yeah, I think I do better when I come in less prepared. If I
I
come
think
in like having, yeah, like a background, I'm like, oh, I got this. And then I get destroyed. And then if I just come in and I look and I just like have a gut reaction, I do better.
I think so too. And honestly, I'm feeling good this week because it's pure gut for me this week. I'm like, oh, I'm just going back to what I know and picking some of my favorites.
Uh-oh. Okay. Well, then I think we're gonna have a couple jack off picks because I am not going back to my favorites. And I definitely know I'm gonna probably be going against some of your favorites. So, all right, let's start it off. We're tied each with 29 and a half points, but I'll let you start. I always like giving you the floor so that I can maybe switch my picks against yours.
Perfect. So I'm going back to one that won me last week. And honestly, I thought it was locked up at the beginning of the first half, and then they almost choked it away. But no, not only did they cover, but they won the game. The Indianapolis Colts playing the Lions this week. Yeah, there we go. We got a jack off.
Ah, yep. All
Colts are
right.
getting 7. And honestly, Anthony Richardson, I think that benching was good for him. I think he's ready to fire. And yeah, Colts are dogs at home. They're gonna be they're fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah. Awesome. Great analysis. I think as of now, the Lions are undefeated against the AFC South. They have destroyed the Jaguars. They destroyed the Titans, and they covered against the Texans. I think they're going to cover again and go 4-0 against the AFC South. I have the Lions -7. Um, Last week, Anthony Richardson played against the deplorable Jets, like one of the worst teams probably in the league, and they won by 1 point. And it was a miraculous like come from behind win. They're playing against the Detroit Lions, who are unstoppable as of right now. Jared Goff should be in the MVP conversations. The guy only has to throw 19 passes for his team to just destroy another team. Like he doesn't even have to try. If he had to try, he would kill you. Like, I mean, he's pretty good. Even when he throws 5 interceptions, he can still win a game. I don't think the Colts are good enough to beat them. And I think there's going to be a lot of Lions fans. Being a Midwest resident, as I am now, Detroit is actually pretty close to Indianapolis, which I did not know until 2 years ago. So I think there's going to be a lot of Lions fans there. I think it's going to be a home game for the Lions. I think Anthony Richardson is going to come back to earth. I think they cover 7. I think they cover double digits. I would look into betting it like double digit win because the Lions consistently dominate AFC South opponents. So I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions -7. First jack off pick of the week. Let's go.
We were going so well for so long with no jackoffs.
There you go. No jack offs, but we're back, baby. All right. Well, since essentially you just went and I just had to jack off against you, I'm going to pick up against one of my favorite. I think he's one of my favorite NFL players. And we love betting him. We usually love betting him on the other side when he's a home dog. But I'm going to bet him as a road favorite. I'm going to take I'm looking at the Buccaneers versus the Giants. And that line is Buccaneers -6, which means the Bucs have to win by 6 or more. The Giants have waved the white flag. They benched Daniel Jones. They moved over Drew Lock, who was the second quarterback, and they said, "Hey, let's go back to I don't even know the Italian guy." Yeah, DeVito, the guy that sounds more like a Goodfellas character than a quarterback. So I'm going to take the Bucs -6. Mike Evans is back. The Bucs are good. The Bucs are fighting for a playoff spot. The Giants are fighting for Cabo. I like Bucs -6.
I think it's a fair pick. Love Baker. I love the Bucks are fighting for that division still. They're only going to get it if they get the division, so they need to win. Giants, yeah, they may be kind of dead, but I don't know. They're a home dog, and that's why I stay away from this week.
All right. Well, fair enough. Okay, what's your second pick?
Okay, I'm going wild with this one.
Oh my
This is
goodness.
the one where I was just like, I'm going to shoot from the hip on this one and just throw it out there. Uh, Cowboys, 10.5 point dogs against Commanders. Commanders kind of fallen back to earth these last couple weeks. Cowboys have gotten some of their defense back. I think this is the week where Micah Parsons just like, welcome to the NFL, rookie. It's not going to be easy. You're going to play a division game that you thought you're going to walk all over us. No. So I don't know. I have no reason why the Cowboys really should be in this, except I think the Commanders are really kind of sputtering, and I think
Yeah,
half points is way too many points.
I agree. I think 10.5 is way too much. I saw that earlier this week and I was like, wow, that's a lot of points. Um,
Division game.
yeah, and I think there's been like stats that like Cliff Kingsbury, who's the offensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders, he's like really bad in the second half of the season. He starts every season off super hot, which is kind of how they started, and then they kind of fall off in the second half. The Commanders, I think, have lost 2 in a row. I don't think they lose this game, but maybe they win by like 9 points. I don't know if like Cooper Rush is gonna like, be amazing, but I think they can cover on the road. The only problem is I think it's gonna be cold in Washington this week, so it's gonna be like a running game. Cowboys have an awful running defense. So Bijan Robinson, Jaden McDaniels, Austin Eckler, they might run all over these guys. And Cooper Rush can't throw the ball. So that's my only concern is that like maybe they get too far behind. Maybe it's like 21-3 at halftime, and you're like, oh God, can they do anything in the second half? But good luck with that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So 2 dogs for you. You picked 2 dogs to start off with. I picked 2 favorites. So I will go next and I'll switch it up. I like this team. It is the Patriots on the road against the Dolphins. It's a 7 point game. I think the Patriots are looking good. Patriots are a 7 point underdog. I'm going to take the Patriots 7 points. I think the Patriots offense has been looking good. Miami kind of has been picking it up with Tua coming back. They beat the Dolphins beat the Raiders last week, and then before that they beat the Rams. But the Patriots played well against the Rams last week, and they beat the Bears 2 weeks ago. I kind of feel like the Pats can keep this close. Maybe Drake May can go down to Miami and keep this game close for the whole game. So I got +7. I think the seven's good. Maybe they push, but I like that 7 mark.
I think it's a good number and it's a division game. Going to be close. I was about to send you a TikTok before we started filming. And it's Mike McDaniels on the sideline, like going at Max Crosby for the Raiders and being like, "We fooled you on the play." I was like, I don't know. Mike McDaniels just seems unhinged. This Dolphins team seems unhinged. Like, I don't think anyone's told them that they're not supposed to be in the playoffs yet.
Yeah,
So I don't know. The game just felt weird to me, and that's why I stayed away. But it's a division game, and it should be close.
yeah, and maybe all of the Dolphins are suffering from concussion-like symptoms. Maybe it's like if you're close proximity to Tua, you also have those symptoms. So
I don't know. Psychology is the most infectious disease.
there it is. So hopefully they have the psychology of not covering this game uh, at -7. All right, so you're up next. What's your third pick?
Yeah, I'm going with this team. I've stayed away from this team, and it's time to recognize that they're good. Um, and it's a division game, and they're going to be playing. And I think this is the week that they kind of like push ahead a little bit, and they knock this other team off. That's this other team's just been holding on. It's the Cardinals versus Seahawks. I'm
Oh,
going
okay.
with Kyler Murray to beat the Seahawks. Cardinals are giving 1 point, so it's basically a pick 'em. And I don't know, the Seahawks are just weird this year. They're not snake bitten, but for some reason they're just not winning games. And Kyler Murray looks really good.
Yeah. No, I that was my on the fence pick because last week Seattle beat the Niners. Are the Niners that good? I don't really know. The Cardinals have looked good lately. They're kind of beating up on some, they beat the Jets. Anytime a team beats the Jets now, I'm like, that's not actually an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Um, so are the Cardinals good? Yeah, but they have been playing really well. They're in the lead for the NFC West. I like the pick. You might as well just, if it's a pick, pick the hotter team. And Gino is like hot or cold. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right. All right. That was your third pick. Why don't you pick your fourth pick?
Okay. Let's go. I'm staying the trend for this one will have to be the NFC West again.
Uh-oh.
I'm going with the Niners.
Oh man.
This one was another one where I'm just like, Niners are getting points, and I think they win the game. I They got to go on the road against Green Bay. They've done pretty well against Green Bay these last couple of years, and I think the Niners are finally pulling together. I think last week was kind of a weird loss. Um, I don't know. I like them to beat up on Jordan Love.
Yeah, and Kittle is back. So more weapons for Purdy. It's gonna be cold, gonna be snowy. Uh I would like it more if it was like 3, but we'll see what happens. Both kickers for the Niners and the Packers have been inconsistent this year. So
That's a nice word.
yeah.
I think Debo Samuel said some other words for Jake Moody.
Yeah, yeah, I think inconsistent might be the like I want to be your friend, but what he had was you suck.
Yeah, he's way of saying he sucked.
Yeah, get your shit together. All right, that was your fourth. I'm gonna stay in the NFC. I'm gonna stay in a divisional game. This is what I thought you were gonna do when you said NFC divisional game. Look, the Bears are awful. The Bears are at home. It's cold here in Chicago. We got like 3 inches of snow today. I I don't think Caleb Williams is going to play well in the snow. He's never played in the snow. I don't think his fingernails and the nail polish are going to last in the snow. I think this team is just done. I think they've rolled over. They're waiting for the season to end. The Vikings are in the playoffs. Sam Darnold has played in the snow. He doesn't look good either, but I like Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, historically, who's the running back for the Vikings, has historically beat the Packers or beat the Bears because he was on the Packers. So why not continue the trend? If you played for the Packers before, you will beat the Bears. I'm going to go with that trend. Vikings -3 on the road against the Bears. The Bears are awful. The Bears are going to get booed at home. Um, and then they probably just given up on the coach. The coach is an idiot. So like, just give me the Vikings. Better coach, better team.
Yeah, I don't know what the Bears are doing. They ruined our Packers pick last week.
Yeah, I know.
So and plus, like now I'm just angry at them. I'm pissed that they're not going to win the division. I'm pissed that they just keep like sticking around, like being decent enough that Eberflus may not get fired.
No,
At
he's
the
good.
same time, still losing the most depressing fashions. Like this is the worst way to play.
Yeah.
To lose
I,
and be close.
yeah. That's why I think like they lost the Hail Mary game, right?
Yep.
And then they got destroyed the next game. Then they lost this block field goal game. I think they'll get destroyed the next game. So I think the defensive coordinator for the Vikings is gonna blitz Williams and like scare him. Williams isn't ready for this. The offensive line isn't ready for it. They're gonna get destroyed. Vikings -3. I like it.
I like it. I just have a mental block about it, so I can't be rational with the Bears.
All right. What is your final pick for week 12?
Staying in the division, um, going down the list, went from 19, 22, and now we're going to 24. Going with the Rams over the Eagles. Rams are getting 3. Eagles are given 3. The Eagles are a very talented team going against a team that the Rams have some talent at the top, but they're not really deep. They got some young players come up on that defense, the defensive line. Um, but the one thing that I think the Rams got going for them is I think they have a better coach. And I think McVay, I know I say it a lot, but I think McVay beats Sirianni, who I think is an awful coach. The Eagles just seem like a dominant team just heading for like an early playoff loss.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with everything you said. However,
Yeah.
I have the Eagles -3.
So why are you going Eagles -3?
I just think like Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts will run on this team. AJ Brown is still healthy. The Eagles have better corners than people realize, and I think they'll be able to stop Pope. Is it Puka or Pope? It's
Puka.
Puka. Puka
Puka.
Nacua and Cooper Kupp. That's hard to say back to back. I think they'll stop both of those wide receivers. I know they're really good, but the Eagles have like one of the best rookie cornerbacks in the league. He completely shut down Terry whoever on the Commanders. So I just think they'll keep it close. I like Jake Elliott. The Eagles are going to have way more fans than the Rams on this game. It's Sunday night, right? It's a Sunday night game. Yeah, I think the Rams will be essentially on the road in LA. There's going to be definitely more Philly fans, and I just think that like the Eagles are going to run away with the NFC East, and this is where they start pulling away.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm just going with McVay, and I don't think the Eagles pull away. I think it's just gonna be one of those where like we're done. The NFC East is done with the current standings, and it's just one team's gonna hold on.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like the Rams are 5-5, right? And like they lost to the Dolphins at home. They barely beat the Pats last week, even though I had them covering. They barely squeaked that out. There was a chance for them to even just lose that game. So I feel like the Eagles have a good offense, and I think they can stymie the Rams offense too. So we'll see what
We can
happens.
see.
Unfortunately, last week we were aligned pretty closely, but we lost the games that we were aligned. That's why we both ended up with 2 losses. We lost the 2 games we were aligned. on, and now we have two jack off picks. And I think I'm like 7-1.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a horrible week for you to lose your jack off beat.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna lose my jack offs. I think I'm gonna win again. I'm gonna finish first.
Okay.
And that the problem is like, yeah, like we're both here trying to get like a prize payout, and jack off picks don't help out when we're we're going against each other.
In some ways, they do.
Yeah, and the good thing is that they're also even lines. Like they're seven flat, they're three flat. Like if we push, we both get points.
Yeah. The problem is that if you win these jack offs, then you need to win the week. You need to do well on your other picks.
That's true.
You need to stop being 2-3 on winning the jack off.
The jack off picks can't be my only wins for the week.
I know. Then we both lose. Then it's a both loss.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna do all right. I don't feel good about the Pats, to be honest. But everything else I think is gonna be good.
I mean, I don't know. These picks feel good right now. We'll see how I feel about them Sunday morning, where I'm like, oh my God, the Cowboys aren't going to play.
Right. Yeah.
They've hired scrubs.
Yeah. They've just given up. Trey Lance is in. Yeah, the only other one that like I was kind of going back and forth on was the Panthers getting 11 points. Like I just feel like the Chiefs don't really pull away, but the Chiefs would then have to play their second game on the East Coast back-to-back weeks, emotional loss to the Bills. Sometimes those things work out in your favor and you come out and you're like, hey, we should have beat the Bills. Let's destroy the Panthers. But 11's a lot.
11's a
So
lot. And it's 11 at home. So
yeah,
it's like, I don't know, well, we got to remember these home dogs have been doing well this year.
yeah. So that's why you went Cardinals on the road.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, that concludes week 12. Do you have any NCAA picks or sorry, college football picks? Any like, you know, last week you picked the Colts, which was a great pick. I bet on it, but unfortunately I tied it to everything Packer related and Brown related, and so I lost. But any other picks that you think like might be worth exploring?
Yeah, I'm going for the chaos in college football. Like I'm rooting for this.
Yeah, I can
I
tell.
think I mean, Ryan Russillo is like kind of the first person I heard actually talk about this. The fact that all these conferences they expanded so much that now none of them play each other. So being the SEC championship means nothing. Um, and as I say that, if you're looking at the Ohio State Indiana game, Indiana is undefeated and they're plus 330 to play Ohio State. Um, maybe Ohio State just sucks. Maybe I know they're the better team and like they're everyone says the true number two, but like wouldn't it be chaotic if Indiana won this game and was actually better?
And they got to play Oregon in the bowl game.
And what if like they're not going to knock Ohio State out, but that would be crazy if Ohio State's on the bubble. I don't know. Part of me just likes that, and I don't know. I want to put my money on that.
All right. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Plus 330. Um, yeah, I mean, like people are just like discounting Indiana. The only thing that I would feel better about this game if it was Indiana at home as opposed to on the road. Um,
Oh, and
but
only other one I've also like, because I'm also going chaos. What if Army beats Notre Dame? Army is
that's what I like. I like Army. I like Army plus 500. Like Notre Dame, like how good are they? They lost to NIU at home. They could easily lose to Army. Like Shane likes to point out that Army always covers. Can they just win?
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So
That's
yeah,
better odds. That's better odds. That's 500. And like Notre Dame, if they get tight, they get tight, and sphincters start to
yeah.
tighten.
And plus Notre Dame, like if they lost, then they're out. This is a playoff game for them.
Notre Dame, yeah,
Because
yeah,
and let's be honest, like they don't play any conference, like they should be out. Sorry to all the Notre Dame lovers out there.
yeah. Hey man, the Catholic Church runs deep, so I like that one. That I was literally going to say that one. Yeah.
Sorry, I stole it too. You got any?
That's
Besides,
no. I mean, I like Notre Dame. And like I said earlier, um, I like the Panthers to cover. That's about it. But I think we should do the Army one plus 500.
that's a solid one.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
I mean, you use Army and like let's do Army Indiana just for fun. It's plus 2,500. That's wild. Even
To
if you
pick
didn't
two undefeated teams.
just going down. Oh yeah, is Army undefeated? I don't even
Yeah.
know. Oh,
Army.
there you go. Even if you just have Indiana covering, let's just say you pick Indiana to cover 11 and a
Hmm.
half. We could even tease it up a little bit more. That's like plus 1,000.
I don't know. I think we found some picks.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. All right. Well, luckily no one listens to this and can't move the lines. So we are good on that. All right, though. Well, that concludes week 12. We've got two jack off picks, the Lions and the Colts versus the Eagles and the Rams. Those are our two jack off picks. And we're about to conclude another 3 week segment. So hopefully we kind of pull away. Someone goes 5-0, hopefully this week. Okay. I'm okay to lose two jack off picks if that means you go 5-0 and you win a 3 week prize.
I told you I'm fine if you keep winning these jackoffs. I just want you to win your other picks.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm trying. I'm trying. All right. Well, that was another week. We'll see you all for week 13.